Joe and I are going to repair some boards on our fence around the paddock. He's getting his supplies together. He's just about had it. Looks like this one needs to be repaired. It's bowed really bad, but it won't hurt anything. And the posts are leaning in, but it's going to stay up as long as it can. We've been patching it as we go along instead of replacing. Here's one that was splitting, and we patched it. There's another one that's broken in two. We got to fix that one today. And another one on this section is breaking in two. We've got to fix that too. And the peppers are still growing good. They're the only thing I've got left in the garden. And just looking through here, I see one back here in the back. That big pepper. How pretty. And I like them with 4 knobs. That one almost looks like 3, but it's really 4 on the bottom because they're the sweetest. Is there any more ready to pick in here? Here's one that's touching the ground. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Let's cook it a little bit where it was catching or touching the ground and causing it to curve up. And here's some also touching the ground. Another big one. 4 knobs on the bottom. And it's putting on more banana peppers. There's some to pick. And it's still blooming. We've had quite a bit of rain the last few days, and the garden is still pretty wet. But we're not calling for any more rain after today for the week, so maybe, just maybe, it'll dry out enough and we can get in there, dig this row of potatoes out, get the weeds off of these 2 rows, and get them ready to dig out. So we got all the weeds off of the potato hills. So maybe they'll dry out here in the next day or 2 and we'll get them all dug up. And I'm so thankful that my brother Johnny has a friend that said that he would like to come and get some, so that's less that we have to dig, and we can't use these many potatoes throughout the winter, so I'm glad he's coming to get some. So the garden is looking a lot better, getting cleaned out. The man came and started mowing yesterday, but he didn't get it all mowed. He still likes our back fields back here and the front field. His tractor's still sitting out here, so I don't know if it tore up, if he needs more parts or what, but the horses, I keep them in while he's mowing, and the gates are open here so he can get his tractor through there. And they're wanting out. Aren't you, Skipper? I'm sorry. What if I give you some more hay? Will that satisfy you? Huh? And how about you, Nico? Whoa, did I scare you? My arm brushed the hose thing here. Alright, Nico. And I've got another farrier coming to trim your all's feet. our regular farrier has been sick and out of town, and he gave me another man's name. The flies are all over you, bud. So I talked to him yesterday. He's going to check his schedule and see when he can get out here. But they are needing a good trim. Yes, you are. We're looking for bolts to patch the fence with. And Joe went and bought some new bolts at Ace Hardware, and he just found them. Yay. I knew they had to be in here. Well, those are not the ones you bought, though. Those are older ones.
Okay.
Is it going to work?
Declare a victory.
All right. We'll get to work. Well, one thing always leads to another. Just trying to repair some boards. Needed to cut one board in two. He hasn't used this saw in so long, it's had to spray some lubricant on it to loosen it up.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right.
Okay. Unplug it now.
Okay.
Joe's over there putting some more nails in the boards. This fence has served us well over 20-some years. Just patching it up as we go. Look at this pretty red maple tree. Yeah. Fall is in the air, and I'm going to try to enjoy it. I sure hate to see summer go, and I hate to see winter come. Here's the two we just bolted in. I couldn't video because my battery went dead. Had to go get another one. And there's the other one. Mercy, you coming to see me? Mercy. Sweet girl. She's a sweetie. Okay, we got that project done. Move to the next. Okay, this is the potato experiment. Sweet potato. in the grow bag. And I had an electroculture rod in there. I'll save that.
We'll lay it in a safe place.
Okay.
Where are we going to go to with these?
We are going to pull the plants up carefully first. I only had 3 slips in here to start with. So we'll see if they made any potatoes or not. And it's been a little over 120 days that I planted them. Okay, let's dump the... Actually, this bag has a
String.
flap here that you supposedly can dig through there. Can you dig through there? It's pretty compacted. Let's just dump it.
Hold it.
We can just turn it upside down and dump it.
Okay, let's do that then. Go ahead and get that bottom. Oh, hold this.
There's some little sweet potatoes in here. Okay. You hold the bag and I'll put them in there. So they're not really very big. Look at that one, how crooked it is. They're just some little ones. 3, 4.
Over in that corner. Over in that little corner.
That one.
Here.
Just little sweet potatoes. Now if I was depending on this grow bag for a good crop of sweet potatoes to eat on, I'd be very disappointed because they didn't get very big at all.
Nope.
So
put them in there.
So that's a no for growing sweet potatoes in a grow bag. Yep, I think that's going to be it. That's all there we got. Well, it's been a busy week this week and plans changed, but we're doing good. And I'm headed to the grocery store real quick and to get us some lunch to bring back home. And today I'm going to make some pimento cheese. And I usually keep that on hand for a snack. We love it, and I'm going to show you how I make it. So we'll do that in a little bit. But I had planned on going yesterday to the Smoky Mountain area with the senior group from our church. But I went down early to the barn to feed, and Nico was beginning one of his seizures. So I had to cancel my plans. I'm just thankful that I got down there earlier than I normally do, because he was just starting into it. So if you can catch it early, he can come out of it pretty quick. So it took about 4 hours or so, but I have medicine to give him for that, and he's not had one in years. And it's a genetic disorder that he was born with, and I thought maybe he had outgrown it. He's 21 years old now, so he hasn't had one in maybe 4 years. So, but yesterday morning he had it, so I stayed home and gave him his medicine. Had to walk him, and but he came out of it. He's doing good today. So I meant to go on that trip and film it for you because there was about 3 different places we were going to stop at, and I thought it would be interesting to video it, but that'll be for another date. So you're stuck with my pimento cheese recipe on this video. But our church is having a garage sale or a yard sale or whatever you want to call it. Started today for the youth group, and they raise funds for the different missions and retreats and stuff that they go on throughout the year, and you can maybe find some neat things there. So I may stop there before I hit the grocery store. So I see you guys later. I'd recognize those ears anywhere.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I do this thing called whatever, and that's a true statement for you, Lily.
That's my motto, I reckon.
You do whatever it takes, don't you? Have you thought anything?
Yeah, I got stuff in the box back there. I got about 30 stuffed animals we're having circus month on the bus.
Oh.
So I said, well, I'll just give all of them, which we draw for them. Everybody gets one, but I like to take time and just give everybody a ticket.
That's
that way
a neat
it
idea.
Takes time, and they keep pretty quiet because they're listening for their ticket number.
Yeah. Leroy works on our bus. We have a bus ministry at church, and we go and pick up kids and bring them to church that don't have a way to come. And he's been doing that for how many years?
43 years.
And you love it.
Love it.
And the kids love you.
Oh, because I'm just like them.
Well, God bless you. Now, after a quick trip to the grocery store, I stopped at Subway to get a tuna sub for my lunch, but Joe is a chili bun fanatic, and his favorite chili buns are right here in gray at the hot dog corner. So I've got to stop and get him 2 of them. And you can tell it is a popular place. Right here on the corner, the best dog in gray. Find a parking place. Okay, on with the pimento cheese. And I'm going to show you the ingredients first, but it's a real simple recipe and it's one of our favorite snacks. So I love eating it with Ritz crackers, and for those who are gluten-free, which I try to be, but I'm not all the time, I'll show you. I get these crackers or chips at Aldi's, and this is the non-GMO Simply Nature black bean chips. Let's see if you can get the lighting a little better. Black bean chips, and they're non-GMO and gluten-free here on the bottom, and they are delicious. I've already eaten half of this bag, but you can see the chip. It's nice and sturdy to hold the pimento cheese. The other one I like also is from Aldi's, and it's the Live G-Free Sea Salt Brown Rice Crisp. And they are delicious. And they also are firm enough to hold some pimento cheese or any kind of dip you want to eat with those. So here's the ingredients for the pimento cheese. You need a 8-ounce block of cream cheese, a half a cup of mayonnaise, and I prefer Hellmann's with olive oil. You will need a 4-ounce jar of diced pimentos drained. You will need 2 cups of cheddar cheese, whatever you like. We like the extra sharp cheddar. And you will need a 1/4 teaspoon each of onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and salt and pepper to taste. And I dice up, since these are small jalapenos, I'm going to use 2 of them. But if you had a medium to a large, you would just use 1. But I seed it and get all the membrane out and dice it up fine and put it in with the pimento cheese. So let's get started. Okay, so I have the block of softened cream cheese in this bowl, and I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And I don't measure because I make this so often that I know how much to put in there. And I just use a large spoon and do about 3 spoonfuls. And I'm going to mix that together. You can use a hand mixer or a stand mixer to make this, but I just find you don't want to dirty any more than you have to, and this is easy to stir up by hand. And Joe is standing behind the camera watching. You want to say hello, honey?
I want to say hello to everyone. It's been a terrible heat in this area in the last 3 months. At times we've had a lot of heat, but it's taking care of it.
It has been hot, but it's not been as hot here as it has been out west, like west of Tennessee, the states west of Tennessee. They've been over 100 and 110, and we've never reached that. I think the hottest we got, I think the heat index was 100 this summer, but it's plenty hot for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure was.
But today it's about 79 for the high, and yesterday was the same. And even though that's not very hot, it just seems like when you're in the sun, it's very intense heat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can't do much outside if we're in the sun. We have to wait until evening when it shades to where it's more comfortable. But anyway, that's the weather report for East Tennessee. So now I've got the mayonnaise and cream cheese blended. I'm going to add the spices. So it's a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You want to come over here and help me? Yes, cayenne pepper, and it's just a 1/4 teaspoon. It doesn't make it hot, does it, honey?
No, not really.
It just gives it a really good flavor. I'm going to adjust the camera so I can get Joe in here too. Come on around here, honey, beside me. There he is.
Hey everybody, I'm here.
Okay, and I'm going to also do a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper because we like black pepper, don't we?
Yeah.
And salt to taste, and I think I'm just going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt too. And we use pink Himalayan. So that makes it easy, a 1/4 teaspoon of everything. And I'm going to mix this together. Aren't we glad Nico's doing better today?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better, I'm thankful.
Yeah. His breathing wasn't good yesterday. It's like he was having a difficult time
I wonder if that might be
getting
heat.
air.
That is.
Something brought it on. Usually it's stress or heat or something. But his breathing was like he couldn't get enough air through his air pipes. And his whites of his eyes was showing where his eyes would roll back in his head.
Yeah.
It's scary. And it was so stressful on me. And that's twice this week I've had a very stressful situation because when he has that attack, I'm like, he hasn't had one in so long. How bad is this going to be? It's been years since he's had one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been at least that.
So once he starts getting better and I start calming down, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then for the rest of the day, I'm just wiped out. It's like it takes all the energy out of me. And another day this week, we were outside working, and I walked over to the barn, and the gate to the yard was standing wide open. And my heart just fell to my stomach, and Joe was inside the garage, and I yelled at him, and I said, "Oh no, where are the horses?" I just knew they had gotten out and they were gone. And that's when we were getting ready to repair the fences that was broken. Yeah. And I thought Joe had gone in there, left the gate open, not thinking, and the horses were out and gone. And I was just about to panic, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were a panic.
So I looked at the door where they go out to the pasture, and it was shut too. So I knew Joe had gone to the barn that morning to feed and let the horses out to pasture. But when I saw the door shut, I thought he didn't let them out to pasture, and here this gate is open and the horses are gone. But what he had done is they were out to pasture. He just shut that door where they couldn't come back in where we were working, and it was safe to keep the gate open. So they were out in the field. They weren't in the barn hall or the paddock. So once I realized, I started shutting down again. Like, oh, thank God. And I was just about worthless the rest of the day. It's just a jittery feeling comes over me and everything. But anyway, that worked out good, thank the Lord. So we got the spices in with our mayonnaise and cream cheese, and I'm going to dice up these jalapeno peppers. I should have already done it, but I'll be back. Okay, I've got the jalapeno peppers diced up, and again, that's 2 small ones, or you can use 1 medium to large jalapeno pepper. I seeded them and took the veins out of them. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in. Give it a stir. And it adds pretty color to the pimento cheese. They're drained now, so I'm going to add all of those pimentos in there. Okay. Set all of this back over here. And I'm going to give that a good stir. And then all I have left is to add 2 cups of extra sharp cheddar cheese. In they go. This just comes together really quick. And like I said, Joe and I love this to keep on hand for just a snack when you want something just to take the edge off of your hunger. Or Joe likes to eat snacks before he goes to bed at night. He likes to eat this. Another one of his favorite snacks at nighttime is Vienna sausages. And he likes the hot and spicy. So he eats those with crackers. So I'm going to put this in my bowl. And here we have it, a delicious bowl of pimento cheese. And I'm going to have some of the sea salt brown rice crisp. Bon appetit. Good, good, good.